Nepal is known for natural wonders like Mount Everest, and iconic animals like rhinos, elephants, and tigers. Most of these animals live deep inside of the jungle in protected areas like this one. This is Parsa, a jungle area in southern Nepal. It was made a wildlife reserve back in 1984 and later renamed Parsa National Park. The goal was to protect the biodiversity of this place. But this jungle wasn't just home to big animals. For a long time, it was also home to a small indigenous group called the Bankariya. They were nomadic hunter-gatherers, living off the land, moving with the seasons, and holding a deep relationship with the forest. Then, between 1996 and 2006, Nepal went through a brutal civil war, the Maoist insurgency. Rebel forces often used jungles like Parsa as their base. For the Bankariya, this meant sharing the jungle with armed troops, and slowly, many of the Bankariya started to leave. Some fled to the lowlands, others settled at nearby villages. But not everyone left. Because in 2001, a Nepali journalist by the name of Pratap Bista ventured deep into the jungle and found a small group of Bankariya families still living the way they always had. Eventually though, the jungle became too dangerous. Not just because of the war, but also because the land around them was being reclassified. What had been home for centuries was now a protected yet dangerous zone. Then, in 2005, the government offered a deal. Leave the jungle, and in return, you will get a plot of land and concrete houses to live in. The land will be yours to live on for 20 years under a leasehold agreement. On paper, the plan was to help them transition, to place them somewhere between jungle and society, and give them time to adapt. Learn farming, raise animals, and send their kids to school. Then, after 2 decades, the hope was that they would be ready to live fully within mainstream society. Unfortunately, the story doesn't seem to go in that direction, and it's not what you would expect.
हैन हाम्रो जिजु पुर्खा त उही हो बनमै हो बनमै हो
लगभग म 10 वर्षसम्म चाहिँ मेरो बाल्यकाल जङ्गलमै बित्यो 10 वर्षसम्म बाबा मम्मीसँग त्यही बाबा मम्मीको पछाडि हिँड्ने झाडु बोक्ने अलिअलि झाडु बुवा मम्मीहरू कुलाउनुहुन्थ्यो
Sancha Maya Bankariya is showing us how to use the spine of a leaf to make brooms.
हाम्रो युवाहरू हामी बढाउँछौँ अघि बढाउँछौँ भन्ने मलाई धेरै धेरै छ
My name is Ki Praja? Asa Praja. Good. Very good.
The Bankariya accepted this new way of life and were eager to change. They said yes to a world they didn't know. But what if I tell you that their future today is more unsure than ever? Because what was promised didn't arrive. So they waited and waited and waited. Until today, they're still waiting. The promised concrete houses never came, so they built their own, starting with simple wooden structures. Likewise, for education, help was limited.
त्यो बेलामा चाहिँ सरकारबाट हजुरहरूलाई यो मासिक भत्ता चाहिँ आउँदैन थियो
म पढ्दै गर्दाखेरि आको चाहिँ थिएन
4 क्लास पास गरेर 66 सालसम्म पढेर त्यसपछि हाम्रो आर्थिक अवस्था नै लास्टै कमजोर थियो धेरै कमजोर थियो अनि म चाहिँ अब बाबा मम्मी हल्का कमजोर हुनुहुन्थ्यो अनि पढाउन सक्ने आवश्यकता उहाँहरूको पनि थिएन
The support to teach these people farming soon faded.
बस के अरे पशुपालन सिकाउनु भयो भए हामीले नि पाल्थ्यो होला नि पशु त्यो बेला त पाल्नै आएन त
So why would the government who initiated this not provide the resources to complete it? Santoshi Bankariya, a well-respected woman in the community, wasn't willing to sit around and wait.
कस्तो अवस्था थियो भने हाम्रो चाहिँ त्यो बेलामा चाहिँ बिहान टन्न खायो भने बेलुका खान नपाउने हैन गर्न थाले अनि मलाई चाहिँ के सोचायो भने चाहिँ मैले अहिले भाडा माझेपछि त पछिसम्म नै मैले भाडा माझ्ने हो हैन त अब मैले के अरे जे काम गर्छु सुरुमा मैले जे काम अहिले जे लक्ष्य लिन्छु लास्टसम्म नै मैले गर्नुपर्ने काम त्यही हो भनेर चाहिँ मैले चाहिँ किनकि अब शिक्षा भएन जनचेतना भएन हामीसँग काम भएन दाम भएन मेन कुरा दाम भएन भने चाहिँ मान्छेको हेपाइ चाहिँ धेरै सहन पर्ने रहेछ त्यसपछि एक्लै जान पनि नसक्ने कि पुरा जङ्गल थियो अहिले जस्तो थिएन नि त कति के न्युज पढ्थ्यो कति कहानी पढ्थ्यो कति छोरीहरू हरायो कति खोल्चातिर बलात्कार गरेर मारेर फ्याल्यो भने कति हुन्थ्यो त्यतिखेर चाहिँ कुनै समयमा चाहिँ म बेकार पढिरहेछु हैन मैले आफूलाई आवश्यकता पूरा नगरिकन टाढा नजाऊ पढ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ मन चाहिँ के भन्थ्यो भने मैले अहिले दुःख गरेर पढ्यो भने पछि चाहिँ मलाई काम लाग्छ नि त त्यस्तो सोच्दै आएर म पढ्छु नै भनेर चाहिँ सोच्दै
And that's what it takes. Someone with a strong will and a voice. Because governments respond not always out of empathy, but because too much pressure becomes politically inconvenient. That's how systems work. It's rarely about individuals, and it's often about what's best for society as a whole. The more noise there is, the harder it is to ignore. I'm not trying to blame anyone, just to show you how the systems work, because understanding that helps us see why certain decisions get made and what we can do about it. For people in the West, this concept might be hard to imagine, that someone else could decide your future with a single signature, that the place you live, raise your children, and build a life could be taken away overnight. None of these people can start a business in their own name, because they exchanged their life in the jungle for a piece of land they have no rights over.
हामीलाई किन के अरे समाजले हेर्ने दृष्टिकोण फरक भयो त भन्दाखेरि त हामीसँग शिक्षा छैन जनचेतना छैन हामीसँग काम छैन अनि के अरे हामी समाजसँग भिज्न सक्दैन भनेपछि चाहिँ हामी चाहिँ अब समाजसँग बोलचाल भयो समाजसँग भिज्न थाल्यो र समाजमै खेतीपातीदेखि लिएर विभिन्न काम गर्न थाल्यो र त्यसपछि चाहिँ पढ्न पनि थाल्यौं र
अनि 22 वर्ष लागेपछि बिहे भयो त्यसपछि अहिले 22 वर्षदेखि अहिले 23-24 कटाएर अहिले 29 वर्षसम्म चाहिँ खासै रोजगार चाहिँ छैन अब त्यही गाउँतिर बस्ने दुःख गर्ने ट्र्याक्टर लोड गर्ने यताउति अब श्रीमतीले पनि गलेजो हुनुहुन्छ अलिअलि फाटाफुटो.
Santoshi went on to finish her education. Today, she works as a field coordinator at the National Indigenous Women's Federation, where a program now carries her name, the Santoshi Project.
अहिले चाहिँ मैले प्रोजेक्टमा अहिले सन्तोषी परियोजनाले नै कपी कलम ड्रेस दिन्छ कि अहिले चाहिँ अलि सरल भएको छ
तर यहाँ आएर चाहिँ हामीलाई अब हेर्नु भन्दाखेरि अहिले प्रत्येक जनाभतनी आछ हामीलाई यसो तरकारी लाए पनि अब यता धान लाए पनि हामीले खान पाछ यता उ पाछ हैन अनि त्यसैले हामीले बच्चा नि पढाउनु पाछ.
Raising their voices has made the government give more. And again, Maybe there is no single person to blame. Perhaps it's just how systems work. But when people speak up, when the world watches, the system has no choice but to respond. And that's what this story is really about. Not just promises, not just policy, but about those who don't give up. For now, the future of the Bankariya still remains unclear.
हामी त के अरे बनकरिया भए पनि हामी त मान्छे हो नि, मानव त हो नि, हामी त लोपन्मुख जाति हो नि, धरतीपुत्र त हो नि, हैन? नेपालकै उयो जनता त हो नि। जस्तै इच्छा मात्रै देखाएर पनि नहुने रहेछ। अब उखान्छ नि घाँटी हेरेर हार्दिनु, त्यस्तै हो।